Our special guest is Mo,
creator and host of Lash Bash.
I ended up doing lashes and falling in love with it myself. I went out on my own, and then with 3 months, I was booked solid. And then we got hit by Hurricane Harvey.
Heartbreaking as a business owner to see just your place go down.
Everything. Yeah, I had lost my home as well. We didn't have a home. We didn't have a salon. And I really thought, how am I going to come back from this? I lost literally everything. I woke up one day and the lady who owned the house was like, Monique, you have a lot of packages on the door. Beds, glam core lights, training kits, everything I needed to rebuild. Had they not sent that stuff, there's no way I would have restarted. That's where it all comes full circle with Beauty for a Cause.
I love it.
And being able to help people. Let's throw a party and just have lash artists come out in Houston and have fun. If I could create something where new artists can come together, even older artists, because we're all alone in our rooms. We don't have a community. Yeah. We don't have support. It just turned into this big collaboration party. Lash Bash is the perfect place to start if you've never been to any industry event. When things get tough, don't beat yourself up and just give up and throw in the towel. Yeah. You have to just keep trying and pushing forward.
That's what your party shows us. It's all fun, like-minded people. Like, why would you not want to be in this industry?
You're listening to Not Just Lashes. Here are your hosts, Shannique and Dixie.
Hello. Hi. Welcome to Not Just Lashes. I'm Shannique.
And I'm Dixie.
And we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of our industry. And today we have... I'm so excited.
I've been so
because
excited.
I love her so much.
I even brought my
notebook. I feel like I know her.
With all my questions.
Like she's so sweet. I could tell like her aura is like amazing.
Well, the first time we met her, I felt like we knew her. We went to Lash Bash last year in Laguna Beach.
Yes.
And I remember
our first time.
Yeah. And I remember meeting her, and she was so warm and greeting, and I felt so welcomed in it.
Definitely.
But it was just, I felt like I knew her for so long.
I thought I did.
I thought you did.
I thought I took a class from you. Well, our special guest is Mo, and she has started Lash Bash, and
she is the owner of Lash Out in Texas. She's been in the beauty industry for 25 years. So she's a creator and host of Lash Bash, which is a party for lash artists, and she's got locations all over. Yeah.
Mo, where haven't you hit yet for Lash Bash?
There's a lot. There's a lot. Trust me, I'm trying. Okay. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself so we could get all the baby estheticians and all our lash artists to partake in this party.
Yeah, let's get everybody welcome to the party.
Yes, because it's such a great experience.
Yeah, like tell us about your journey to like how you became a lash artist. I creeped on your website and did a little stalking, and I found out that you started as a receptionist at a hair salon when you were in college, which I was like, oh, that's kind of like me. I started just assisting Shannique in college, not thinking I was going to go into the industry or anything like that. I didn't know anything. So I thought that was funny that you were in the same kind of boat, and then you became the manager, and then what led you to lash extensions from there?
So I was in college while I got this job at a hair salon and fell into it. Like I went to college thinking, okay, I'm going to go to school for business, but literally, as I walked across the stage, I was like, I think I want to be a pharmaceutical rep, because that's when it was super popular. Oh, yeah. And they were getting to like take their clients out and schmooze them. And I was like, I can do that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But I fell into hair salons just by chance and ended up running them, opening them, owning them. And at the last hair salon I was at, lash extensions was being talked about, and I thought, ooh, I'm going to send my hairdressers to go learn this service so we can start offering it.
Oh,
and they all looked at me. Yeah, they all looked at me like I was crazy and said, absolutely not. We do not want to do that service.
Yeah.
I was like, dang it.
Do you remember like the year that you guys like first?
2010.
2010.
Oh, and when did you?
2008, I started. And it was like, they were like broomsticks. these classic eyelashes.
Yep.
They were pokey and
Yep.
thick. But
Yep.
but yeah. Okay.
And heavy and individuals in the little pots.
Yes.
Like
the
people don't understand the
pots.
pots.
I don't
A mess.
understand. What are the pots?
They were like
Yeah.
circular containers that contain loose eyelashes. And I can't tell you how many times clients accidentally would bump into my tray.
No.
Everything would fall
So
on
they
the
weren't
floor.
on like a strip.
No,
Like it wasn't.
they were just loose in the
No.
pot.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that was pretty
And you
annoying.
had to learn how to pick them up at a certain angle to flip them
Yeah.
so you could place it appropriately. Yeah.
So it
was
take you
crazy.
longer.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can only imagine. Wow, how far have we come? Dang.
I know.
Wow.
So far.
That's
Okay, so who was
crazy.
your
So
first
far.
gal that you sent to go learn, and where did she train?
So it was me.
Oh,
I ended up
You're like,
going.
I know this is a good idea.
And I was
yes,
Yeah,
I love
was
it.
like, I'll take the class
Perfect.
and I'll teach one of them.
Yes.
I love
I
the
took the class.
initiative.
It was-
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was literally an 8-hour class. Don't know how that made us licensed or certified to
Right.
do this. And I came back thinking, okay, I'll teach the girls. Nobody still wanted to learn. And something in me got frustrated with lashes that I was like, I'm not going to let this little thing beat me. I'm going to figure this out.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing lashes and falling in love with it myself, that I was like, I don't want to run a hair salon anymore. I don't want to manage people anymore.
Mhm.
I think I just want to do lashes by myself, because that was my first time to be in the service industry itself
Gotcha.
and do the service. And then I had the one-on-one time with clients and I fell in love with that.
Oh,
And
that's
so
amazing.
I left the salon I was at and went out on my own and started doing lashes.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness,
Was
that's
this
amazing.
in Texas? Are you originally from there?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
How did that pan out? Like, how long did it take for you to like think like, oh my gosh, like I'm so booked, my business is growing, I need to start training girls? How did that
How
pan
did it
out?
evolve into a salon owner? And because that is essentially still kind of the managing gig. So you kind of made your way
Yes.
back into that.
So I had been doing lashes at the salon I was at for 2 years. And then that's when I was like, okay, I'm done running salons, managing salons, doing lashes. I would stay till midnight just to take clients, because during the day I was running the salon. And I was like, I'm done. I'm ready
Oh
to
my
go out on my own.
goodness.
I went out on my own. And then with 3 months, I was booked solid.
Mm.
And I had a lady call me, and she had found me on Yelp or Google or something and was like, I need to book an appointment. And I had told her I have a 2-month waiting period. And she cussed me out on the phone. She yelled at me and was like, what kind of business is this?
What a delightful lady.
I was like, it's just
People
me.
are like,
But she was berating me. She was threatening to go leave me horrible reviews. And I
That's-
felt crushed because I had never
Yeah.
experienced that.
Right.
And I randomly made a Facebook post like, I never talk bad or negative on here, but I just don't know what to do in this situation.
Mhm.
And all my friends could see it, but I couldn't. And they were like, it's time to expand. I'm like, no, I'm not ready for more people. I don't want to manage people. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Well,
That
then
was
it
just part of
worked
your
out.
destiny.
And before, I was in a year lease where I was at in the salon suite that I was at, and randomly found the perfect place just by chance. And before I even decided to expand, I had 4 girls who just came to me and were like, if you expand, we'll come work for you.
wow.
So I didn't even
Wow.
have to like do an interviewing process, put anything out saying that I'm hiring. I already had people ready to come. So it just was like a natural progression, whether I wanted it or not.
That's kind of like the
forced
same
into
thing
it.
I went through too. It was because it was, new to us during that time. And it was such a great add-on or service. And the same thing too. Like I did not mean for all this to happen and to own a salon. Like that wasn't like my envision at
That
first.
wasn't your plan.
That wasn't
Yeah.
my plan. And then one girl was trained, another girl was trained, then hairstylists started asking me. And then it got to the point where I was renting 2 studios, and I was like, what am I doing? I guess I need to expand. And here we are.
Yeah. Sometimes we don't plan these things. They plan
Exactly.
it for
Sometimes
us.
we just don't.
No, not
So
at all.
at that point, like what did you envision after you started training these girls and started to basically offer full-time lashes?
Yeah. So in my head, I was like, okay, I'm going to be the first lash studio in my city. And I'm in a city that is a suburb of Houston.
Mhm.
So it's called Friendswood. And I was like, okay, I have this big vision.
So sweet.
I'm going to be the first lash studio here. And a few months later, it ended up turning into a lot more. I had like a hairdresser, I had a masseuse, I had an esthetician. We ended up being a full one-stop shop, but they were renters. But I was like, we want to collab and work together so we can feed off each other's clients. And I remember complaining to my husband at that point, and I was like, I just want it to be a lash studio and have a full lash studio. And he was like, are you really complaining that God gave you more?
Oh.
And I was like, oh,
wait a minute.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it like that. But he was like, yeah, honey, he just gave you a lot more than just the lash studio.
Oh.
And so it did great. We were open, let me see, 2012 to 2017. No, 2013 to 17. And then we got hit by Hurricane Harvey.
Oh
and
my
got
gosh.
almost 5 feet of water in the salon, lost the salon. It had to be demolished.
Oh, wow.
So
terrible.
it's been a journey.
Yeah.
It has. So how did you get through that, Mo?
Yeah.
Because that's heartbreaking as a business owner to see just your place just go down.
Everything.
Yeah. And I feel like some people might be, all right, no, I'm done now. Or, just so what?
And I was.
Yeah.
I was. At that point, I had lost my home as well.
Oh my
gosh. I lost our vehicles. My son had just come home from the NICU. He was just born sick.
Oh my gosh.
And I had, we didn't have a home. We didn't have a salon. So I was like, what do I pick? What do I focus on first?
Yeah,
okay, I got to get a roof over my head.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had a couple of girls who were like, we're ready to work. We're ready to work. Find us a place to work. And I really thought, how am I going to come back from this? There's no way I can reopen all this. I lost literally everything.
Wow.
And I remember just sitting there going, okay, God, tell me which way I'm going, because I don't know which way I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
And Extreme Lash and Joy Lash, all the way from Australia, they had both heard about my story. And I woke up one day, we were staying at a church member's house because we didn't have a home. I woke up one day and the lady who owned the house was like, Monique, you have a lot of packages on the door. And I was like, what are you talking about? And Extreme Lash and Joy Lash sent beds, Glamcore lights, training kits. I mean,
I just got the chills right now.
That's amazing.
They sent everything I needed to rebuild. And I can honestly say, had they not sent that stuff, there's no way I would have restarted.
I
would have just given up because I didn't have anything.
Right.
And so I know it gave me chills
too. Oh my gosh, what a blessing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't think we were going to restart.
Yeah.
And people kept calling and my girls kept showing up and I was like, okay, we're doing this.
Yeah. Again.
Like I was ready to close the doors.
Now, Mo, did that give you what you went through? Did that give you the idea of giving back to women that are in situations? Let's talk about that.
That's where it all comes full circle with Beauty for a Cause.
I love it.
And being able to help people who are either, there's so many natural disasters that we don't really know about, there was somebody in our industry who lost her salon to a fire. Mm-hmm. People don't talk about it as much. And I never knew, I didn't talk about it a lot because I was, number one, embarrassed. I don't know why, but I was like, I don't want this to be my defining thing. Mm-hmm. But really, it is the defining thing of how I bounced back and got out of it, and that other people can do it too when you have these natural disasters.
Yeah.
I never thought I would see people on TV go through natural disasters and think those people probably live on the streets today because there's no way to bounce back from that.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly thought that.
Yeah.
But with the help and support of your community, the Lash community, my city community, it was what helped us get back on our feet.
That's amazing. You see
that
people
is so
stepping
amazing.
up in those kinds of situations. It's great.
Yeah.
And then I think I see it a lot in the lash industry when we come together. It's really great.
That's
It
amazing.
is.
So,
Yeah.
Mo, how many Lash Bash parties have you had?
Yeah.
Can you count them?
Actually, when did it start? How many years
So it
has
started
it been going on?
literally right after COVID in 2021. And I did it here in Friendswood. And so long story short, I had to stop lashing because I had a metal thumb joint replacement
Oh,
due to lashing.
stop it.
And so I had to stop taking clients with my girls. And I was like, kind of going stir crazy. And then Wednesday is a friend of mine. And we were like, let's do a party and just have lash artists come out in Houston and have fun.
Oh my goodness.
And it was something I had always wanted to do. I knew when I was a starting lash artist, I had no friends in the industry. The one person in our area who did lashes would not talk to me. I kept trying to just be a friend with her and she would not. She would leave me on red, not reply. And I was like, gosh, if I could create something where new artists can come together, even older artists, because we're all alone in our rooms. We don't have a community.
Yeah.
We don't have support. And a lot of lash artists work by themselves in a salon suite and don't get to go make friendships in the salon suite. So it's super lonely. So in that downtime of not being able to lash myself, that's how Lash Bash was created.
Wow,
And
that's amazing.
it started here in Friendswood. And I thought, it's going to be like a once a year party I throw in Friendswood.
Right.
And immediately after we threw it, a girl in Utah reached out to me and was like, how do I get you to bring this to Utah?
Stop it.
I was like, again, something I never thought about.
Yeah.
Was never thinking of taking it on the road.
Yes.
Just thought it was something at home. And I said, idea. Let me think about this. And then we know Lindy from EVL Lashes. And so we kind of started talking and she was like, yeah, let's do one out here. You can have it at my facility. So we gave ourselves a year to plan it. Because again, I didn't know this was going to be something I could do regularly. It was all a learning process.
Yes.
I'm not naturally an event thrower. So I'm learning. And the very next year, we had one in Utah and the floodgates just open and people are like, you're taking this on the road. Come here, please. Hey, we can do this here.
That's amazing.
And so it just turned into this big collaboration party.
Yes.
And it is strictly a networking party for lash artists.
Yeah, because there's nothing really out there like that. No. Like we have where you go and see products or the new stuff in Vegas.
The trade shows.
Trade shows. But we don't have anywhere where it's like just community, just everybody get together and talk about their businesses and similarities and differences. It's great. Yes. I love how you said like community over competition too. And that, is reflected in when you were saying you were trying to reach out to someone. They just were,
that story just sounds so familiar, Mo, because I feel for all the OG people that we kind of broke through the mean girl situation. We tried to like change it because we saw it turning, going, wait a minute, why do I have to keep secrets of how I lash? Why do I have to keep, because it used to be, everything used to be a secret. And
it was all gatekeeping.
All gatekeeping. That's
Nobody
it.
shared anything.
Never like, how is she successful? You wouldn't talk about it. It was like forbidden in a way, in a sense. But I mean, I went through the same thing too with lashing next door to my competition, I guess, but I didn't call her competition. I brought her coffee and tea a couple of times.
That's me.
And
and why can't you help it? That's what I love about Glam Spa and where we work. I was just in London and I was able to ask the girls for help. Like, I'm going on a vacation, I'm going to a wedding. And I didn't have to turn around really quick and get all my clients in. I was able to rely on the girls to help out and know that my clients would be well taken care of. And it wasn't like, oh no, they're going to steal them or like, it was just nice to have someone else or we can run to each other's room and be like, I don't know why, but I can't get this lash to work. This stick, it's just not happening. My client keeps losing them. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's where I moved and I just saved my money and moved to a big, bigger facility. And I just did not want to be that way. I wanted all of us to grow together because like, I'm still like the young baby estheticians, they're always teaching me something new. And I love it.
Always.
Yes.
And there's so many clients to go around.
Yeah.
Like everybody
it doesn't matter. I mean, look around your town. How many nail salons are there?
Yeah.
And
I know.
it doesn't matter. They come to see you. They come to see your girls.
Yes, exactly.
So where have y'all been? Utah, you said?
We've been to Utah, Vegas, Laguna Beach. Let me think. New York, Canada, London.
Oh, wow. I want to go to London.
I know there's more in there. I think I was counting the other day and we're at like 11.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Oregon. Yeah. So it's just the list keeps growing. And
then
again, I'm learning with this. I was never an event planner, so I'm learning what I can do. I'm trying to figure out if I can do more a year instead of only 4 a year. It's just a learning process of how to make it work.
Definitely.
And really, it's honestly about the community. I feel like you said, the OGs know what it's like to go through the gatekeeping and nobody shares and everybody's competition. But this new age it's community.
Yes.
We're helping each other. We're completely open and transparent about our secrets, what we're going through, how to run a business, how to troubleshoot. And so I feel like we're like on the cusp of something so good that we need to stay with it now, or else it can flip into it where it turns back to competition. So I'm like, no, let's keep it going where we're a community.
Yeah.
And we love on each other, we support each other, and we help each other.
No, that's
definitely.
I mean, that's amazing. So we went to the Laguna one last year. We had a great time.
So fun.
And we
made flower crowns. Well, we tried to.
Right.
We realized we may be lash artists, but we cannot make a flower crown.
We cannot.
Me neither.
What do we do?
Me neither.
We literally stuck a flower on the wire and just called it.
I think I just walked around with a wire on my head, to be honest. I was like, mine's invisible.
Hence why you didn't see one on my head.
I was like, why can't I figure this out?
Definitely. I mean, and I love that all the guests that you had. I mean, oh my goodness. You had Lash Cast. You had, was it Borboleta? Who else? Who else was it?
Elibana.
Elibana, Revelation, Island Lash.
Oh, yeah.
PLA.
That's how we finally met. And she's my favorite tools. I love Island Lash.
Yes.
And she was so sweet too. Everybody, that was the cool thing too. Just everybody, I always get nervous going to those kinds of things. That's why me and Shannique travel in pairs, because I'm like,
well, yeah, because some professionals could be stuffy, you know, or.
Yeah. And intimidating.
Great. Everyone was so inviting and, where are you from? Where are you doing? Yeah, and it was, people were from all over. It was interesting because even though we're in Laguna, I met a girl, she flew out from Florida to come to Lash Bash. Yeah. And I was like, that's just so neat.
I know. To know that your business is so good, Mo. People are flying.
I never expected that. Yeah.
Oh, that's really amazing. Cool. Well, I was so comfortable that I actually shortened someone's name and you could tell the story. Dixie, when I met from Borboleta, right?
Kimber.
It was Kimber. Okay, Dixie, go ahead. Tell the story.
She was really wanting to meet her. We love her brand and follow her and stuff. Yes. Kind of like a celebrity, And she
absolutely.
I was like, so Shannique just goes up to her and she's like, oh, hey, Kim, blah, 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 blah. And acted like she knew her, which is fine. It wasn't mean, but I was just laughing. I was like, oh, I didn't know you guys were friends. And she's like, oh no, that was my first time talking to her. I was like, you just gave her a nickname right away.
I know. I was like, oh no, hope she's not offended that I called her Kim and not Kimber.
No,
but
I'm sure she's
Kimber
not.
James.
I was so sweet.
Kimber James. There we go.
I was totally stoked. I wasn't drinking. The cocktails didn't kick in yet. I was just so excited.
Yeah, it's just so funny. I was just watching from a distance.
I get that way too.
Oh.
I was like, oh no, did I do something bad?
No, not at all.
But it was so fun. And then there was the bingo game.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
that was
really
great.
cool.
Oh, I loved how you did that. So there are games. Do you always play games at all of your events?
Yeah, I want to do more, but it's hard with groups of 50 plus.
Oh gosh, yeah,
Yeah.
coordinating
So
something like that,
everybody
getting
has been,
everybody.
yeah,
So if you
everybody's been
guys
like, we
out
like the
there,
bingo game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I love
That
that.
one was
I thought it was
perfect because it
brilliant.
allowed us to all like go around and
And
meet and talk
people.
But
Like you got people to
Yes.
talk to
Yeah.
each other, which, most of the time when you do
That
play
helps.
games, people don't connect.
yeah. Or
No,
but it's
they
just
don't.
hard to
And
get
so-
people to follow, like, hey, we're gonna sit here and do that, and like everybody's out doing their own thing, and it's a perfect game for that situation.
It
Yeah.
is. And now I've linked it to the door prizes. Like if you want to win one of the door prizes, you have to do the bingo game. And so those people who are really shy and can't get out of their shells, they've told me, they're like, that bingo game really helped me talk to people. And so I've linked it to that instead of just doing raffle tickets for the door
Yeah.
prize. I make it sure that they have to fill out that bingo card to enter to win a door
Yeah,
prize.
now that
and
reminds
the door
me.
prizes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, that reminds me. I forgot about the prizes. It was very motivating. I was like, I want a prize.
Yes.
It's like, I want to know what it is.
Exactly. We didn't know what
Yeah.
the prize was, but it motivated us. We're like, I don't know what we're getting
It was a
into, but let's
Tiffany's
do
bracelet.
it.
Oh, it was?
It was.
Oh,
Wow.
It was either a necklace or a bracelet. Yeah.
That's cool.
that's so cool.
That's amazing.
But we've gotten cooler door prizes now. Like we get LashCon tickets, we get
Ah.
Cosmoglow lights. We get
Wow.
the prizes have just gotten so good that I'm like, you guys, you really want to do this game so you can win.
Yeah.
That's
So
so-
for everybody out there, I mean, it's not just a party. You get to meet and greet, and it's such a great place to, have those connections and get out of your little cubicle.
Yes.
Get out of there and explore.
I feel like it's the perfect place to start because a lot of people are like, I've never been to a lash event. And there's the conferences and those get really big and really intimidating.
Yeah.
And so I
Yes.
always tell people, Lash Bash is the perfect place to start if you've never been to any industry event. It's
I agree.
more
I
intimate
agree.
because, at most we'll have 100 guests, but it's super intimate. It gets you out of your shell. Everybody's super welcoming. We're all kind of in the same boat.
Mhm.
And you just get to relax and hang out. And that's my favorite part is like, I just want to hang out with everybody. I don't need to be on a schedule or,
Mhm.
Yeah.
have a speaker. And people have asked me about having speakers. And I'm just like, I like that my special guests get to come and be one with us.
I love
instead
that.
of giving a speech.
On the
Yeah.
And they
same
love
kinda
it too.
level. Yeah. And then you can ask those questions and just really get to know, I met so many people where during the bingo game, one of the questions was, what you had to fill out somebody who listens to a podcast, like a murder or crime podcast while they lash.
Yes.
And I was
Yes.
like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one.
Yeah, totally. I thought she was the only one.
Yeah, I thought you thought it was weird. I was like, no, when they nap, I slide my little AirPod
Such a
in.
thing.
Lately, it's been Harry Potter, but it's just it's so it was so fun to be like, oh, other people
You do
are
too.
it was really great and connect. And then the goodie bags at the end, favorite, I love it. There's so many products,
Yes.
and they were full size too, and that was great to discover new stuff too, which is always fun because
That's
a lot
what
of
I
the
love
time,
about the bags.
yeah, a lot of the time we're so stuck in our same products, and unless you go to a trade show, you can't touch and feel and see. And
Yes.
it's scary to buy something and then be like, oh, I don't know if it's going to be what I wanted or
Mhm.
expected. So it's so
Yes.
nice and then introduce to new brands that are
Yeah.
out there too. It's really great.
Mo,
Yeah.
did you have any mentors along the way? Like inspiration?
I feel like when I started, the big people weren't
Mm-hmm.
out yet. The
Yeah.
lash celebrities weren't a thing yet.
Yeah.
So the training I took was with a brand who went out of business. So they're not even around anymore. But then I took another training with Extreme Lash because I was like, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. And I'm a by
Right.
the book person. and they are too. And I fell in love with their training system. They really dive in deep.
They do.
And they're here in Houston. They're like an hour away from me. So I started connecting with them. And they were like, if you send somebody, we'll give you $200, towards whatever you want. So we created a relationship that way.
Wow.
But I really didn't have like a mentor per se, because lash celebrities and those individual trainings weren't a thing when we started. You had to go to one of the big brands to get certified.
Right.
And when I started, it was Nova Lash or Extreme Lash.
That's right.
And how many people would be like in a room? Because I got pretty much one-on-one training. So was it like multiple people that like, was it pretty large?
So the first training I took was like maybe 5 girls. And then when I took the extreme class, I want to say it was like 12 girls.
Oh, wow.
It just like grew within just probably a couple of years, right?
Yes.
You were probably one of the first 5 in your town.
Yeah. And I wanted to know what they were training and what I was sending people to as well. So I was like, if I'm going to send people your way, I want to make sure I know you're doing what's right.
Yes.
Because like I said, I learned in 8 hours from a brand that went under. So I wanted to make sure I knew I was doing the right thing, and then that they were training right too. Not that they wouldn't, but if you're going to refer people, you want to know it's legit.
Oh yeah. We always are the guinea pigs, like even just trying different products or glues or anything like that. Like we're always trying it on each other, seeing how they work. We won't refer anybody for hair, anything like that until like we experienced it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't want to be responsible for anything.
Same.
She does really good, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh my God, worst set of eyelashes in my life. But Mo, what do you see for your future? Like, what have you thought about that you haven't done?
Honestly, this year has been a really weird, tough year. And I know everybody's going through it. It's a weird year.
Mm-hmm.
And this year I don't know what's going on, but my life is like this right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really want to get Lash Bash to where maybe I'm able to do it like once a month instead of quarterly.
Okay.
But I'm trying to figure that out. I also want to grow Beauty for a Cause with Katie and Heidi. Like we're really trying to get this nonprofit out there. We're really trying to make an impact in our industry and help those people who need help. And that's been our hardest thing right now is some people don't come forward. And I'm assuming it's because they're either shy or embarrassed or they don't want their story out there publicly.
Mm-hmm. But and it's hard to ask for help too, I feel. Yeah. And you don't want to admit that you're like there or
Yeah. And so we're really trying, again, a nonprofit. Don't know what I'm doing with a nonprofit. So this again is all new learning experience. The 3 of us don't know what we're doing, but we're learning. And we just really want to, like, our hearts are just so in it to helping people and figuring that out. So we definitely want to take that to a huge, huge level. Like we even see it one day going into just beauty as a whole, like helping all beauty professionals, not just lash artists. But that's where we're starting because that's where we're at.
Yeah.
And we have those connections already, but we can see it getting bigger. We're just figuring it out as we go.
Yeah. Would you ever combine kind of like the Lash Bash with Beauty for a Cause, like throwing an event that would raise money for it or something like that?
Funny you asked. I literally had a Zoom call today with somebody I'm going to do a Lash Bash with next year. And she was like, let's incorporate Beauty for a Cause with it. And I said, I'm in.
My gosh.
Yay.
Let's do it. So
that's amazing.
I felt
trying
the
to figure it
energy.
out.
I knew it.
Yep.
That's amazing. The next Lash Bash is in San Diego.
San Diego, September 8th.
Yes. So if you guys live in California or close by Arizona or even Florida, come on out.
Yeah. It's easy to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The venue is in Oceanside. So it's a really cool, we have the rooftop lounge where it overlooks the ocean.
Beautiful.
So it's just going to be really neat and fun and pretty outside. And I'm sure we'll figure out things to do afterwards because that happens at every Lash Bash. Everybody's like, what are we doing now? Where are we going?
We want to
I'm
continue
like,
with the,
I don't live here. Let's go.
I love
Party
it.
back at my house. I live in San Diego.
See?
I'm like, I'm out of town.
Yeah, so you guys need to come.
Yes. Oh, we're there.
No.
We're already
Yeah.
bought our tickets.
Yes.
We're ready. Yes.
Yeah, we're excited. Where can people find you?
Right now, strictly Instagram and our websites, which are on our Instagram, which is for Lash Bash, it's Lash Bash Official. For Beauty for a Cause, it's beauty.foracause. And then me is Lash Lava.
So cute.
And my salon is Lash Out TX.
Yes. If you could give our viewers, our baby lash artists, any advice, what would it be?
Ooh.
Yeah, for the aspiring
I'm like,
lash artist.
yeah, I feel like, again, I already said this year's a tough year, but I feel like those baby artists are throwing in the towel already because they're feeling so defeated.
Yes.
And I, just like myself, as I tell myself this, I'm like, hold on a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Just keep holding on. The economy is bound to change. The beauty industry always goes up and down. There's an ebb and flow.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like just hold on to it. And, you know, when things get tough, don't beat yourself up and just give up and throw in the towel.
Yeah.
You have to just keep trying and pushing forward. And, you know, with people who are barely learning lashes, they need to learn patience right away and not be so hard on themselves, because we all start somewhere. There is not one single person who picked up tweezers and got it like that.
Oh, yeah.
I know that. There's no way.
No.
I did not. My first friend that I did, it took me 5 hours to do classic eyelashes on her.
The first one I gave up and I made Shannique finish it. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
I was like, don't give up.
Me.
Don't give up. You can do it. Come on.
Yeah. I'm the same. I wanted to throw those tweezers so far, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But, you know, just
patience is key.
It really is a lot. And see, when I learned the rate of people doing lashes after they took a class was like 80% never picked up tweezers again.
Whoa.
20% pushed through and figured it out. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
One of the trainers was telling me that. And so I'm like,
wow.
There are so many avenues where we can get free information. There's no reason to give up. If you're struggling, there's like YouTube has free videos. And I'm not saying learn how to do lashes on YouTube.
Right.
But maybe there's something you need to tweak. So there's just so much free information out there. Before you give up or throw in the towel, go do some research and figure out what you're doing that's not working for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like
during COVID, actually two of my gals started doing eyelashes just off of YouTube. And I have to say, they are amazing eyelash artists now to this day. So that inspired them. Like, what can I do during this time when there's nothing to do? So they taught each other how to lash. And thank you, YouTube. And then they started working for a little company. And then when they came to me, we just kind of like fine-tuned everything. And they are amazing. It's a journey.
I feel like
they're always learning.
With her lash lifts, with Kelly's lash lifts, like she has researched and looked at all these different and like experimented and like, so it's just, that's another thing too. Yeah. They're just continuing learning and learning from others. And that's why building this community is so great.
Yeah.
You can only get better.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you have a passion for it, and don't lose that. And I know the economy is definitely, you know, part of it right now. And I get it. But then again, you got to hang in there, because what's happening right now is that your clientele, they are picking and choosing what they could afford. Okay. And most of the time they will pick eyelashes over doing their roots, doing their nails, any of that. Because let me tell you, I would.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd make my kids do my roots or something, like whatever. I don't care.
It just makes you feel better. It just makes you feel alive and like good. And
Oh, it
really does.
That's why it's more than just lashes. It's not just lashes.
Yes.
It's not just lashes. It's
I love that.
Everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Yes. guys. Oh,
It was so
Thank you for having
exciting.
me.
I'm so excited for Lash Bash.
Yes.
And I'm so excited for everybody out there who has no idea this is going on because they are, fresh in the industry. And if you are, get to it. This is a great way to be excited about the industry, grow your connections because you will need, people to lift you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is you never know what comes out of those connections. Like one of my favorite things is watching Lash Besties hooking up after a Lash Bash. And they're like, Lash Besties from Lash Bash. But then I
love
see
that.
these people getting jobs with brands, collaborating and starting training programs together. Like I see their careers going up because they put themselves out there to network and they made those connections. So it's like you never know what can come
100%.
of who you meet at these events and where it will take your career.
It's amazing.
Well, you're an angel. Thank you so much
thank
for
you.
being the OG with wings and getting everybody together. And
thank you for creating
to
this.
stop,
And you kept going.
Yes.
Thank God you kept going.
I'm trying.
Because it wouldn't have been here.
Exactly. So guys, don't give up. You keep going. You have a passion for lashes.
Yes.
Go to events.
Yes.
Take some classes and just keep on swimming.
And that's like the best part too. When you realize that's what's fun. Lashes is fun.
It is.
And that's what your party shows us. It's all fun, like-minded people. Like, why would you not want to be in this industry? So if you're getting frustrated learning lashes, just keep pushing through because it's going to end up fun.
Yes.
It is. It is. And I feel like that's the whole other thing. When you're getting bummed about it, but you love it so much, just being around like-minded people talking about it, like gives you this pep in your step. Every person I've talked to after Lash Bash is like, that is exactly what I needed. I'm on fire. And they're not even learning anything. They're just connecting with like-minded people. And they're like, I'm on fire. I'm going to do this with my business. And now I have a friend who's going to help me do this. And I'm like, this is what it's about.
You can see that it's a real thing. Like when you see someone online doing well and you're like, oh, I could never do that. Or I would never, it makes it more realistic to your goals. And I always think Shannique, I wouldn't be where I was without Shannique boosting me up. Or if I was all alone, like you need that. You need that person and community.
You do.
Yeah.
People don't realize it, but you really do.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you again for taking the time. I know you're so busy and have so much going on, but thank you so much.
Yes,
It's been so
thank you
fun.
so much. Like, I love you. You're just a good person.
I love you guys too. I'm so glad y'all had me on. I'm so honored.
All right, guys. So you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, anywhere that you can hear a podcast. And we will see you next time.
Not just lashes.
Not just lashes. Bye.